Well, let's be honest, this was bound to happen because we have the first official leak of the Meta Quest 3S, the cheaper, more affordable version of the Meta Quest 3. Hey, Ty here, so welcome to the VRTech channel. I wasn't planning on making a video today, but I was browsing the next releases for the Meta Quest 3 and my eye got caught on something. Supported platforms Meta Quest 3S, Meta Quest 3, Meta Quest Pro, and Meta Quest 2. But it's not all, because yesterday we also got our first look at Behemoth from Skydance that looks absolutely fantastic, and Alien Rogue Incursion from Servius. So well, let's talk about it together in this video. Let's get into it. Alright, here we are. So if I recall correctly, this happened back then with the Meta Quest 3 as well, where the name of the new headset actually showed up in some incoming applications for the system. And yeah, here we are again, the same situation. I was actually checking the coming soon application like Holo Moves XR. This is gonna be a fitness app with also yoga, meditation, and something like that. It's actually very famous already on the phone, but I digress. That's not the important thing, because going down in the description, we can find the name of the next headset coming from Meta, the Meta Quest 3S. We didn't actually have a confirmation about the name yet, and this seems like one, because when you get in the store, like it happened with the Meta Quest 3, it feels very final, and this is gonna be the name of the cheaper version, more inexpensive version of the Meta Quest 3. By the way, I don't know if this is gonna stay up online for long, so I'm gonna leave the link below if you wanna check it out, so you can see it with your own eyes. Because, yeah, that really happened. By the way, if you don't know yet about the Meta Quest 3S, I made a video going very much more in details about all the different leaks. But long story short, it's gonna be a cheaper and more inexpensive version of the Meta Quest 3, where we're gonna retain the same mixed reality capabilities, the same SoC, so system on chip, so the XR2 Gen 2 that we have on the more powerful Quest 3 compared to the Quest 2, but it seems that it's gonna be on a chassis similar to the Meta Quest 2, with the same screens of the Meta Quest 2 and the same lenses of the Meta Quest 2. So that means that it's gonna be more a hybrid of the two, and that's why it's kind of weird, the name Quest 3S, because S usually is something a bit more powerful, a bit better than what we had before. Instead here, it seems like it's gonna be just something cheaper. Light would it be, no, better descriptive of the situation. Of course, we don't have confirmations just yet about all the different specs. From the leaks, it seems like it's gonna be like that. Also, we know that Meta is trying to hit a lower price point, a thing that is impossible with the new lenses and the new screens on the Quest 3, and if that is the way, so be it. I mean, as we said in the previous video though, the S might be okay because having a lower resolution, the same as the Quest 2, with the SoC of the Quest 3, that is gonna run actually faster because it's gonna have less pixels to render than the bigger brother, more expensive brother. Wait, we are gonna see. What we know for sure that now we have a name, so from now on we don't have to call it in 30,000 different ways, but we're gonna have to call it Meta Quest 3S. Let's get used to it. What do you think about it? Do you think it's a good move? Do you think it's a good name for the device, or we just create confusion? I had some time to think about the specs of the new headset coming, and I was concerned back then, and I think I'm still concerned right now, but just in a bit different way. I feel like the problem really with the Quest S, if it's a cheaper version with the worst visual, is actually the expectations that the Quest 3 created. Let's be honest, the Quest 2 has amazing lenses, probably the best on the market, and it still looks very, very good. But one problem that we had with VR from the very beginning was the fact that for some people they couldn't just fit the lenses in the right way. With Fresnel lenses, the sweet spot is much smaller, so everything feels blurry if you don't actually wear them in the right way. I think if you have VR, we all been through it, giving a demo to some people, to some friends, and having them like not really seeing anything and say, oh no, you have to readjust the lenses, they don't really know how to do, because maybe there's no interest to begin with. It's just a novelty to try, so they don't really know what they're getting into. With the Quest 3, this part was completely obliterated. You wear the thing, even if you have the IPD completely wrong, you still see. It's not the most comfortable experience visually, but you know, it's not blurry. It's like actually usable. Your eyes might get tired faster, but it's usable. So I started to see less complaints online about the fact that VR is blurry, and I think it was a great thing because yeah, people know now that if they want the cheaper version, the Quest 2, they might have some problems. If you go for the Quest 3 version, you know that you're gonna look at everything much better, and you're gonna have a premium experience. If you call something Quest 3 S, I think that people are just gonna presume that VR got better because the S is a faster, better version of it, and then they're gonna find out that again with the frontal lenses they're gonna see everything blurry again if you don't wear it in the right way. So if the appeal is really mainstream, going back to lenses that kind of blocked VR from becoming mainstream and to create a good perception of VR, it seems really backward completely. But hey, what do you think? Sorry for this long rant, but I wanna to get it out of my chest. Alright, as we said in the intro, we have other good news. The first one, I actually didn't talk about it in the intro, but Lakeside Peak is now available again. The environment for the MetaQuest 2, MetaQuest 3, MetaQuest Pro, actually the most beautiful environment so far. I love that thing and then disappeared completely. Now it's back. You're gonna find it in the list in personalization and environment. So give it a try. It looks very good. We really need more environments like that. And talking about games incoming, yesterday we had the State of Play from PlayStation, where we got actually trailers for 2 games that are gonna arrive also on the Meta platform and of course on PSVR. We're talking about Behemoth from Skydance, the creators of Walking Dead Sentence Sinners and Walking Dead Sentence Sinners 2 Retribution. And I have to say that this thing looks already incredible. I mean, you can tell already looking right now at the trailer if you didn't see it already, but you know, the interactions seem very good. They really know how to do that in VR, Skydance. The weapons feel very weighty. The graphics looks absolutely amazing. Killing zombies in Walking Dead was super fun, and here it's actually their own IP. I think that it's gonna be magical, and I'm really curious to see how it's gonna end up on the Quest platform. It's gonna be also on Quest 2, by the way. So very good, but I'm a bit concerned that, you know, they're not gonna reach the same level of graphics that we see on PSVR 2. You know, maybe miracles. Let's see. The other big trailer was from Servius with Alien Rogue Incursion, and this seems to be a horror thing. It's not really clear from the trailer. It was a bit rough around the edges with the frame rate a bit choppy, to be honest. But if we get something like Alien Isolation in VR, well, I'm all for it on the side and completely terrified on the other, because I've been playing with Mother VR Alien Isolation from God knows when, and I was never able to finish it because I just, crap my pants every time. And if that is gonna be the same here, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to touch it, but for sure I'm gonna try. Not all good news though for PSVR 2 owners, because while we're getting the PC VR support, I was expecting to get something, some information actually during the State of Play, but that didn't happen. They actually unveiled Astrobot 2, and that was an amazing game on the first PSVR, an amazing platformer. Kind of thought that you could do platformers also in VR. It was completely super charming. It became just a launch version demo for the PS5, and now they made an entire game and totally forgot that we had VR in the first game. And yeah, Astrobot 2 is not gonna have VR support at all, and that's just sad, because it seems like a PlayStation is just like giving up on PSVR 2 completely and just letting third party releasing games, and they're gonna just open it up to PC because why not? So maybe we get some sales. It's a bit sad. We know that they didn't sell many of those, but the price was pretty high and the quality is not the best thing out there. But yeah, I really wanted to see that game again. But anyway, guys, that was all. What do you think about the MetaQuest 3S? Do you think we're gonna see an announcement soon? It's getting closer, because if games already start to mention it, and it's on the store already, a month, something like that, let's see. Anyway, guys, as always, if you like the video, like. If you didn't like this, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more of VR tech, and I see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.